Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Trinity Competitive Racing, Round 2, Season 19. Last week, the stream kind of fell apart on us, but today, boy, this is going to be a lot better, all right? We got the stream going, but we also have a full grid tonight. First time in... Oh, I don't want to play that. First time in at least 2 seasons. We have a full grid tonight, and we are returning to Bahrain for the first time since Season 17. 20 drivers, 2 commentators. It's going to be a lot of fun. My name is Camden Luca, back in the booth for a second week in a row, and alongside me, I was on a walk earlier, and I stumbled upon a poor creature that was sitting out on the street by himself, so I figured, alright, let's pick him up and bring him into the commentary booth. It's Seafreeze. What are we thinking? Is this going to be a fun race or what?
Yeah, that's a new nickname for me, Creature. I mean, why not, right? I mean...
I like it.
Well, firstly, I won't ramble too much because I don't even know if my audio is going through. So if it is, this is going to be good. But I'm going to check it in a second. But I will say it's great to see a full grid for tonight. And I know we had difficulties last week on stream. Hopefully tonight is better. But I'm going to put a petition for this race to be round number 1 because I think everyone's here this week. But honestly, round 2 sprint race at a nice night street, not street, but night track, and it's a good place to kind of gauge where all the drivers are at, especially we got a lot of them tonight. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Already a few drivers putting in some times. Last week's winner, B-Tom, puts in a 128.3 to set the tone for what to expect, but he almost didn't win last week. Remsley gave him a good run for his money, but as you can see by the order, Remsley not here tonight. And by the way, ResGoat is not Remsley undercover, okay? I swear, that is not Remsley's burner account. That is the Ferrari driver who is on medium. I'm very curious, and I do want to remind everyone, this is a sprint race, but I am curious as to what people are going to do for tires for qualifying.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not entirely sure. I feel like you still would want to, for quality, you still want to be up at the front as best as possible. And to confirm, I think my audio is working and the stream is looking nice. So
let's
if we
go.
could just get some thumbs up in the comments. We are back with the full grid. Our streams are looking good. This is a good night. Mark your calendars. It was on January 28th where Camden and the Creature have finally put it together. This is going to be great.
Yeah, you know, I felt like I was going to be nice today. Bring in a poor homeless creature off from the street. A poor, smelly, fat, homeless creature. He's not fat, nor is he smelly. We gave him a bath. He's good to go. We got him a microphone, all right? And we did get him some food. He did just eat before this, so I think we'll be good to go.
Nice and full, but man, I'm about to leave now. Anyway, we got 5 or 6 minutes left in quali, and I see a lot of people on mediums, but only a few on softs, and somehow Kluk was on inners.
Least surprising Kluka moment.
What up, Rockstar in the comments? Creature heard loud and clear. Was a.
Ooh, Rockstar is in the Rockstar that has been in TCR for a handful of seasons?
Yeah, that Rockstar.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good to see him in the comments.
Yeah. We've been seeing a lot of, I mean, last week too, but hopefully this week people returned. We had a lot of viewers last week, but it just, the stream, and I'm not too sure. We had lobby issues. We had a whole, regardless, that's in the mess. Last week it was B-Tom, though, who did take the win, and he's back up on provisional, and Remsley's not here tonight. Jackson had a good first half of the race. He's up there on the front row right now. The Heredia God as well was pretty solid for the first round. GT as well up there, backing up B-Tom currently. You know, let's see who else is here tonight. You know, gonna put up a big number, right? Bahrain, pretty tricky track. I mean, especially turn 10. Down where you can lock up before the DRS zone. But you know, let's see. This is a good test, so I like it so far. And some guy, let's welcome him back, Camden. Look at him. He signed up last week, and he's a returning TCR driver, and he's back on the grid.
Yeah, some guy in that second RB seat. And really, I've been calling this a family reunion for weeks now, because you see a lot of names who weren't here the last couple seasons. You know, you look at like Segrist, Ben Swerven, you know, Beavis and Butthead are back. You got some guy who's back. J&B, all right? My rival from season 15 in the silver class, okay? So that's like dinosaur ages ago in TCR years. He's back, and he actually had a good week last week, and his race fell apart at the end. I'm sure J&B is going to be looking for a little redemption here tonight.
Yeah, well, how about the Ferrari driver, Just Jose? I mean, I in the podcast episode, the most recent one, we went over the preseason on season 19, and he was one of my guys where I think he can get up there and, you know, get a couple wins this season. He missed out last week, and now he's in the Ferrari, which I know is one of his favorite cars, so he's all suited up, ready to go.
And really, I mean, you look at the grid, there's a lot of times there in the 28s, 29s, but in 5th place with a 29.3, he wasn't here last week, and I think he's going to be someone to look for. Sir Charles is back in a Mercedes-powered car. If you remember, back in season 12, he won in a Mercedes-powered car in the McLaren, the season 12 Silver Class Championship. Now, that's a long time ago. If we think about last season, though, he got really hot at the end of the season. I'm telling you, Sir Charles is going to be one to look for, and I might just end up putting him in my podium predictions. Maybe for the sprint, maybe for the feature. We'll see.
And another person I'd like to welcome back, I don't think he was here last week, and I think he is on the reserve list for season 19, is FND Cakes.
Yes, sir. He's back.
Yeah. Part of the Freeze Foundation, and I think he's the only driver in the old school Freeze Foundation. We need a new school Freeze Foundation, because we're either old, retired, or, you know, past our primes.
Or in the booth.
Yeah, right. Drivers go to the commentary booth. That's what Segrist always used to say. He said, "Oh, Freeze is just one of them old retired drivers in the booth." Well, now you're with me, Camden.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know. Trust me. I'm not denying that whatsoever. I got my ass kicked by a handful of people last season. Trust me. I'm not. Well, look at this though. Segrist, he can walk the walk, and he can talk the talk. Fourth place right now, 129 flat.
I like that Haas up there. It looks good. I don't know, a Haas at Bahrain, I don't know. Kind of reminds me of the good old Haas days with Grosjean and Magnussen. They always had some good performances at Bahrain and Segrist. On the second row, wow. Yeah,
I can think of one performance that Grosjean didn't do really well in at Bahrain, but that's for another day of the week. Let's see, J&B coming across the line. Actually, no, he's in turn 1. His teammate, Speedy Gunner, gets in the 128s, and Speedy was someone that I think kind of fell under the radar in our preseason predictions, and I'm not just getting ahead of myself, but if you look at last season, he definitely improved as the season went on, and I know he races a handful of different leagues. This doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, no, definitely not, and yeah, this is looking good. How about someone who struggled last week, professional? Up there in 7th, solid performance. Silent. A couple others, TJ, Kluka, JB, no lap times as we're getting the checkered flag here at the end of the qualifying.
Yeah, Mahmoud just put up a 28.4, but Sir Charles gets in the 127s. That's what I was telling you about earlier. Pole position for Sir Charles.
Well, B-Tom's on a lap, and he's got a purple first sector, so we'll see if he can claim back what's rightfully his. But Sir Charles nonetheless. Wow! First driver to the 27s. Good lap by him.
I'm telling you, championship contender right there. But JMB takes it a step further. He's looking for a redemption from last week. A 127.9 provisional pole for the sprint race. But B-Tom might have something to say about that as he heads through turn 11. Let's see. But we do have some more drivers that are finishing up laps. Luca, P11, 128.9. He told me earlier that Bahrain, not one of his better tracks. And I predict he'll be in the wall on lap 2.
This is going to be almost a 26 by B-Tom. Is it? And it is! A 26.8. Blows everyone out of the water. I mean,
wow.
He really waited for that one. He wiped the smile right off of J&B's face, as well as Sir Charles. Well, I think Sir Charles will be really happy with that. Second on the row. But, yeah. Good lap by B-Tom. I mean, that's a great lap. I mean,
unbelievable
huge
lap. Yeah, and honestly, though, look at Jackson Altman. Medium tires, 4th place right now. The Herdia gods, silent both on medium. So really, we'll have to see where their true pace is at once the sprint race starts, because everyone, I assume everyone's going to be on the same tire, but you never know. There might be some people that go medium, some that might go softs. But TJ, you know, I know TJ hasn't practiced and raced, I don't think, as much as before, but he didn't put in a lap. And I think he's definitely going to be, I don't think he's a 20th place driver today.
Can you see if you get a Hosea invite? I can't at the moment. Can you? Mm-hmm. See if you could do it before next session, so he can get in.
No, it's not letting me.
You gotta wait.
Well, actually, no. Hold on. Let me see. No, hold on. No, let me see. No, it's not letting me.
Yeah. Well, anywho, I mean, it's also not a traditional qualifying session because not everyone used all 3 sets of soft tires, and they didn't do their 3 runs because, you know, you do want to save some tires throughout the sprint and the race, so there might be some strategy there. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure the strategy on this game with, you know, saving the tires. I'd have to really look at it. To be honest, I haven't been active as much on the game, but Jose is back into the session,
back.
So that is good.
The return of the king. All right. Well, I guess we can do podium predictions for the sprint race. By the way, Bahrain turn 1, you better look out, but I'll wait for you to give your podium prediction, Seafreeze, for the sprint. Who do you got?
All right. Well, for the sprint, I don't know how you don't go with B-Tom, especially in a shortened down race. Great lap by him. I'm going to put him there. But I like Sir Charles. I think he might go for P2. He's got that good race. I think he'll stay clean for the sprint. And then for P3, I like Jackson.
So, really, it's about who gets through turn 1.
Yeah.
And you never know at Bahrain. This is one of the trickiest turn 1s because of how hard the braking is. Everyone going down into a tunnel at the same time. It's going to be chaotic. But I'll go B-Tom P1. I'll go Sir Charles P2. And we'll go with who's starting in 5th? I'm taking whoever's starting in 5th.
I think that might be Jackson. Was it not?
I think.
We'll find out.
We're going to find out here in just a second. By the way, formation lap is off this season.
I just want to say a huge thanks for Rafa Hulk in the comments section.
Oh, nice.
Cheering on TCR. Nice to see you in the comments. And, yeah, definitely sign up for reserve. Let's bring everybody back.
Okay, hold on. I'm glad I picked 5th place. We have a hometown kid here tonight for the race. Bahrain's own Mahmoud is going to get a podium here in the sprint race. Someone screwed up. All right, well, hopefully there's no glitches here, because that wasn't supposed to happen. But oh, wait, no.
Right.
Is this the formation? Yeah, this is the formation.
This
okay.
is definitely a formation, yeah.
Yeah, that's... well, luckily, we'll have a lobby reset after the sprint race, and we'll give a little slap on the wrist to whoever turned the formation lap on. I'm not going to say the name, because we like him, but...
So it's cool the sprint is in the daytime, huh? And then the race
I
is
noticed
at night.
that. Yeah, that's cool.
That's interesting.
I like that.
You get a little variety.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you definitely, because it's different from day to night, right? Like the conditions on the track, so you really have to be able to adapt. But I am a little curious here with the strategy, because if you look at the front, B-Tom on softs, everyone else down to 7th place on mediums. That's going to be interesting. I just found a new little sound effect. You might die as to, like, it's too perfect. But
is there a specific time to play it?
Oh, there's going to be a specific time to play it, yeah. Because
yeah.
I already know there's going to be people that don't get through turn 1. So, I hope there's no ads, though. That's the thing. Yeah, this will be fun. Anyways, so if you're in the comments right now, tell us who your podium prediction is going to be for the race. If you have quick fingers and you can get it off quickly, tell us who you think is going to finish in the podium in the sprint race.
Yeah.
The feature race is what we're looking for now.
Right, I mean, especially now. I mean, you got to place your bets now, otherwise they ain't going to count.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, someone is going off-roading. That looked like... no, it's not Kluka. I would have thought it would have been Kluka because he lacks brain cells at times. But it looked like maybe an LP. Oh, speaking of... Someone's doing donuts back there. Well, like I said, yeah, no brain cells for Kluka. I hope this doesn't screw anything up. Those guys disqualifying from the formation lap. But anyways, it's Bahrain Sprint Race Edition. Get your popcorn, get your Coke, get whatever makes you comfortable, because this is going to get good. The sprint race in Bahrain. 4, 5 lights on the grid. Go, go, go. J&B, a little wheel spin off the start. B-Tom gets the advantage. This is going to get nuts here down to turn 1. Look at this, 3 wide, 4 wide in some places. Professionals going through people. They're 3 wide in the midfield. Does everyone make it through okay?
Yeah, looks good so far. A little bit of ghosting within each other, but no big damage, no flying wings as of yet. Still cars getting filed back, but overall, so far, so good. Had some 3 wide action, and yeah, B-Tom perfect start off the line.
Oh, some guy might have missed the corner right there. Yeah, things are a little choppy right now, but it looks like... Oh, Speedy Gunner just punted a car. That was Heredia God that is going sideways, and that is going to get Tico off the couch. Already some contact. Oh, there's some carbon fiber going flying, it looks like. We'll have to see where that came from. Definitely some contact here on the first lap, but meanwhile, at the front, B-Tom on those soft tires. Man, he's going to the moon.
Yeah, and GT and Professional were down the order, but I think my leaderboard is... Oh, Professional's out! Somehow he got out. Some guys left the session. Is there an issue with the lobby, or is this just the result of a chain reaction?
I have no idea, but Professional is out. It looks like that is coming out of turn 11. I can imagine there was some sort of... Oh, speaking of wheel spin, Kluka. Yep, there's that first lap prediction. And I hate to do this to you, but he gets 5 big booms because of that. Unfortunate, and he's done. Man, I gotta take back my booms because you can't quit the race like that, and he's left this... Okay, well, no, you're gonna do the race. This is just a sprint race. By the way, sprint race in mind, the top 8 get points. So Rezgo, as of now, holding on to that last spot, but he's under immense pressure here from Segrist. Whoa, Segrist off the track.
Oh, and he's gonna lock up. Watch he don't hit the Ferraris.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to do that. The Ferrari, they own the Haas's, so you're going to be getting a pay cut, Segrist, after the race if you keep doing that.
And Jose's the lead Ferrari now. He's got a little bit catching up to do. It's just so laggy. Oh, now he is out of the session.
Yeah, there's a lobby issue for sure. We'll get this situation. Luckily, we do have a lobby reset after the sprint race, so we'll have an intermission. We'll get things situated. But as of now, B-Tom just on a Sunday cruise here. He's going to enter lap 3, but he is on those soft tires, and I'm curious as to what Jackson's pace looks like. Really, this is deja vu of last week. Jackson and JMB being nose to tail, but Charles is close on their tail.
F1 24, just like F1 2015.
Have you been getting people invites?
It seems like almost every other person is leaving, so it's like, I don't know, I can't keep track. I've been looking at the YouTube comments. If you need one, put one in there. I'm looking at the Discord.
We're putting you to work. Putting the creature to work. Man, this is like slavery, you know? Is to take someone off of the street and then get to work. Come on. Invite.
I'm not sure why.
Read the comment section.
Connection on, like on this game is just, the multiplayer is just not stable, and it's like we're back on 2015 game.
Ooh,
like,
helicopter. Gotta get my helicopter in.
Be so bad.
Helicopter shot. Heredia God carrying this. Oh, that was short-lived. But, take a look at this. Segrist looking on Speedy Gunner. Speedy lost a few spots off the start, and he's about to lose another one right there. Get some wheel spin. Speedy Gunner, actually he gained 3, never mind. I thought he was starting up farther, but take a look at this. Segrist around the outside in turn 13. Is he going to make this work? It looks like he might. Speedy's going to fight back with the side draft. Oh boy.
Watch they don't wheel bump here. Tight into the final corner, and look, they got 2 cars right behind them too. Resgoat and Heredia got GT's gonna make 3 wide maybe for a moment. Nope, it'll be a drag race all the way down. Man, who's gonna be out on top?
Looks like Segrist is under pressure here from Resgoat. GTR Lion, Heredia God lurking. He's coming fast. Look at GTR Lion on the inside. And look at Heredia God trying to get a 2 for 1. They were 3 wide there for a hair of a second.
Yeah, this is why I like Bahrain. You could really have some nice racing and battles throughout these corners. A little bit more than last week at Brazil. So in the sprint through this S section, oh, it's so, man, right on the edge.
It's so tight.
Yeah.
Resgoat getting the gap. Segrist going to take a shot here on the inside of the hairpin. Lion locking them all up, but he gets the big momentum on the outside. Back into 9th place he goes. Oh, Speedy's hanging it out wide. Resgoat going to give him a run for his money here. Oh, he catches the curb. You do not want to do that in turn 12. That curb is lethal. Take a look at this from Lion's point of view. Resgoat going to take a peek to the inside. He's going to think better of it and chop in front of Lion. This will allow Segrist to make a move to the inside of Resgoat. Oh, there's contact. Man, 3 wide for a split second there. We're already on lap 5.
And this is for the last points-paying position. It's for 7th and 8th. And GT, he's sliding in. There's contact, too. Oh, they all hold on to it, though.
Oh, barely. Heredia God is doing some Ken Block drifting things here. Going into turn 3, Jose is going to take a peek. Oh, my gosh. Oh, there they go. That was never going to work out. Segrist gets the butt end of that. That should have happened a couple of laps prior. Man, this track is awesome.
And back up front, you have B-Tom with the 4-second gap on the sprint. J&B Jackson is keeping tabs with J&B just similarly as what they did last week in Brazil. So these guys are very much even on pace, just not enough to keep up with B-Tom. And honestly, I don't think anyone really is for tonight.
Silent P6. He has he gained spots off the line? Let's take a look. Yeah, Silence gained 3, Lions gained 7. They're among the biggest movers. Deathstroke has gone up 6. The Silent here looking to possibly take advantage of the 2 in front of him who are about to battle. Hometown Kid, Mahmood, to the inside of Charles, and he's got the spot.
And Silent is hard on the brakes, almost hits the back of Sir Charles, but he stays in line. He sees a nice P4. DRS still.
Oh, that's risky. Wow. Man, Silent's going off the track trying to make this work.
And good. A racecraft by Sir Charles. He kind of pushes them out and keeps the position, which is crucial. You want to be the middle guy here. It's kind of hard overtaking when you're in the back of a trio here. And it's hard being the middle guy as well. You're defending and you're trying to overtake. You got to look ahead and you got to look behind.
Yeah, Deathstroke, he's been gaining a lot of spots here. He's looking at a top 10. Unfortunately for him, that doesn't mean anything. Whoa! If he keeps doing that, he's going to end up out of the race. But yeah, I did see some people, though, come into the pits this time around, maybe looking for a fastest lap. Jose, some guy, F&D came in a lap ago. Those guys are looking for a fastest lap.
Yeah, now I believe as well in the sprint you wouldn't be getting the actual point, right? I don't, but you would be taking it away, similar as the 50% race.
Jackson Altman has a bit more battery. I think he's going to make this move here to the inside of J&B for that second position. J&B still there at his rear wheel, but he concedes the position.
Going to take it right back here as well up to turn 4. J&B will take the inside line. Jackson will hold it around the outside. They're going to go too wide. No, it's going to be J&B ahead in the S section. So he gets back into second place. But now they're starting to kind of tussle here, seeing as to how they're going to do-si-do onto the lap number 10. It's kind of crucial who has the DRS on the final lap and the final overtaking opportunities, as well as we look back to 4th, 5th, and 6th. Silent was able to get past Sir Charles, so he is now in 5th place.
I do want to keep in mind that Rezko is in 8th, but he has that penalty, so really Speedy Gunner is the last guy that is going to get points, and if you look behind him, he's got no competition.
Speed could definitely get 8th place here if he just hangs on. He knows that. He's only got a couple laps to get to lap 10.
Silent's got a ton of battery here. He knows what he's doing. He knows that this is really the only spot he's going to get unless if something happens ahead of them, which speaking of that, J&B...
3 wide almost for 4th, but yes, J&B gets overtaken by Jackson. Man, it was like... Oh, but this battle here with Silent and Sir Charles, you might want to look at this one. It might be 3 wide to turn 4.
Mahmood took advantage of that situation. Jackson Altman, something happened there. He got all squirrely. Mahmood is behind Silent. Silent goes up into 4.
Great battling between the pair, and Silent was able to get past both of them and now leading this trio here. We'll see if he can hold on. J&B still in P2 holding on from Jackson, but this is going to be a good battle for the podium positions here.
These Red Bulls are inside each other. 15th and 16th, I mean, they've been doing this for a lap now. But, first place, by the way, B-Tom has a 7-second gap. And I know he's quick, but I think it's important to note that he's the only one in the top 13 on the soft tires. So, just keep that in mind. But he's trying to... You know, that reminded me of Michael Schumacher and Rubens Barrichello, I think, when Schumacher tried to kill Barrichello into the inside wall. And Joby has gone around That is out of turn 11, and he was having a good race there, but it's all up in smoke. He's got wing damage. Boy, second place, you got a battle there. Fourth place, a battle there. Really, 14th place, you see on the leaderboard there, they're going at it. And Speedy Gunner, though, not going to help his case. He gets a penalty, so now Resgo is in a good spot here to pick up 1 point.
Yeah. And that's exactly what Resgo needed, and that's why you keep going. You know, you have the gap, you just got to kind of bank on the fact that, hey, this guy has to get a penalty, and then you can get the point. He's stuck in there long enough, and yeah, Speedy got the penalty, kind of cracked under pressure a little bit with only a few laps left in the sprint. But nonetheless, they could still battle it out on track, but time is ticking down.
And really, I mean, you know, we have all season long to talk about a championship, but the fact that B-Tom is going to get 8 points here, he's already extending his points gap before we even get to the second race.
Yeah. I have a comment here in the YouTube. Comments here, how do I join the league? I joined the Discord server. There are a way to join this league. Yeah, just go, if you join our Discord, in the description down below where we're the most active. All of our information is in the Discord. Go to the sign up tab. It'll bring you to the website, or we have the Google form which you can fill out.
Oh my goodness, 3 wide! That's not gonna work! Contact there, they all make contact. Silent gets the worst end of that, down to 6th place, and the hometown kid scoots up to 4th.
Wow. Interrupted my advertisement too, but hey.
I had to.
No, not you. Mahmood.
Right? Oh,
your fault.
What on earth? Ben swerving. Last lap into the pit. Maybe he's just gonna, you know, pull Fernando Alonso here, get a beach chair, and just call it until the feature. Interesting.
Let's see for P2 as B-Tom is in the final 3rd sector. Looks like he will win the sprint, but J&B and Jackson, the last DRS zone, J&B is ahead. He's got a lot of battery though, is Jackson. So what does he do on this final runway to the final braking zone? Mahmood gets the position on Charles. Silent though, can maybe pick up Charles here.
B-Tom to the line, wins the Bahrain sprint race, a dominating effort, an 8-second gap.
And so the line here, it's going to be J&B fends off Jackson for 2nd, and then 3rd for Jackson, Mahmood. And here comes the final 2. There it is, top 5. It's going to be Sir Charles over Silent.
Oh, turn 11, Seagrass takes out the F124 sign. That is justified. And he is down in 12th. No points for him. It looks like part of his wing is taken off. The 8th and final point goes to Resgoat as Speedy Gunner is doing donuts out of turn 15. And he just cost his team about $100,000.
Well, I gotta say, great sprint.
Yeah.
I think the reason why B-Tom, I just kind of noticed now, he was on the quicker tire out of everyone else towards the front. So he did have that advantage, but obviously he still has pace advantage over everyone. Good battle for the podium, good battle for that top 5 spot. And I know he had a little bit of a disconnection, a little bit of issues at the beginning. I think we're going to do a lobby reset for the 50%, so a little bit of an intermission. In the meantime, if you are new, hit the like button, check the description for more information, join the Discord where we are most active. All the information is there to sign up, and we have all of that in there. Next week is round 3. Let's see where we are next week.
Next week we are in Azerbaijan. We are staying in the Middle East for the return to Baku for the first time in a couple seasons.
Yeah, that's always fun.
And for those on the Twitch side of things, welcome. Actually, let me do this. I don't want to jeopardize the stream. Let me take the pictures this way. That way I can just send it right over to Silent. Or if...
Oh, wow. We're going to have a good name in the comments here. Sensation. One of the co-founders of TCR.
Family reunion, isn't it?
One of the co-founders. I mean, this is actual sensational stuff here. A Hall of Famer, in that sense, is in the comments. That's not Alan. This is Camden, Luca, and myself, C. Freeze. Although, could we get Alan Cavey into a commentary booth in 2025? I kind of hope so. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. I will take that as a compliment if he thinks I'm Alan, because Alan is another TCR legend. We've met Alan.
A great commentator. I've actually, I met him in real life, actually, as well.
Yeah.
He's a great commentator. He was one of my favorites. Says, why are we in a qualifying session?
Because we have to reset the lobby. Because basically what happens with this new stupid sprint procedure is that they do quali, they do a sprint, and then they do another quali for the feature, which, in my opinion, defeats the whole purpose of a sprint.
Yeah.
But
so they adopted the new style of how F1 does it. Because they didn't always used to do that in real life. They changed it for whatever reason. Now we have you know what? That honestly, in this intermission, let's do a mini podcast while you're setting everything up. And why
you guys. By the way, before that, you guys get a inside look as to what we do when we set up these races. But go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, why have a sprint race before the race, and then do two different qualifying sessions for each one? It's like you said, it defeats the purpose. And it's like, okay, if you just want to do two different races, that's fine. But I don't know. I don't really think we need so much quali and then a sprint, then a qualifying, and then the race. I kind of liked how it was when they initially brought in the sprint. I thought it was actually a pretty good format. Now it's split up, and I don't know. I think they're still trying to fine-tune it, which is what you got to do, but I'm not entirely sure. The Radar in the YouTube comments said he has filled out the form and he hopes to be racing with the league soon. Yeah, we'll reach out to you after the race. We'll get you in here. As long as you're pretty good, we'll get you on the grid.
Yeah, good stuff. Glad to see that we're getting more people in here. But for the time being, you guys get to look at my friends list, and we get to get everybody in this new lobby to set up for the feature. So we will have no qual. We will line up based off of the sprint results, and we will get ready to rumble here in a few minutes. But for the meantime, like I said, you guys get to see how this whole thing works of setting up lobbies, making sure everything's right with the lobby, and making sure all the correct people are in here, and we're not getting some Joe Schmo off the street in the lobby with us. We don't like Joe Schmo. We don't like picking random creatures off of the street. Random fat creatures, fat, smelly creatures off of the street and putting them in the commentary booth. We don't like that.
Oh, wow, listen to this. The Radar says he has the same pace as B-Tom.
No. Come on. Is he serious? Well, hell, get him in here right now.
Right?
If we had a spot, I mean, I don't see why not.
No.
We don't have any spots. No,
tonight,
I mean, no.
Well, we don't even have room,
yeah.
But...
No, I know.
But we got to go through our.
If he's saying that though, man, he better back it up next week, because that's. If you saw what B-Tom did in quali and you saw what he did in the race, man, if you are on B-Tom's level, we're gonna sign you to the foundation straight away.
Yeah.
Because that's crazy. I think, did I get everyone on my list?
Honestly, that's kind of
I gotta get C-Freeze.
Very rare for that to happen, because come on, since B-Tom has joined the league, how many people have really, went toe-to-toe with him? In races, sure, but...
Remsley went toe-to-toe with him recently.
Yeah, but who's beaten him? No one. He's undefeated. Apart from his rookie season. Every other full-time season, he's a champion.
Yeah. And really, I mean, if you look at the pace of the grid just from Brazil last week and the sprint race today, remember, Remsley not here tonight. Remsley is only a reserve this season. And I'm telling you, Remsley, he didn't win the championship. And really, if you look at the points total, he didn't really come close. But he did give B-Tom a run for his money in a lot of the races, including last week. So there is a possibility that someone like Radar knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, I mean, he says he did a 27 and quali, which I believe beat him at a 26. I don't remember the point, but yeah, but the thing would beat him, the race pace, the strategy, even his racecraft. I mean, he has clean racecraft when he wants to be, and he's very aggressive and is not afraid to get his elbows out, you know, because we've seen in the past with certain drivers where, you know, things have happened, but then you look at Remsley and himself. I mean, last season they've had, you know, a bunch of battles together, so, you know, it would be nice to have.
Let's see, we got Seagrass. We're at 14 right now.
Top.
After we get everyone in here, we'll customize the grid, and then we'll get right to it. Oh, Speedy. See, here's the thing, though. Some of these people don't appear on the list. Like, with Speedy, I don't see him active, so I'll have to go to PlayStation and get him through there. Which I know he's active, obviously.
I got Speed, and let me send him one.
Speedy. There's a Speed-In and a Speedy. Speed-In's on Farming Simulator 22 right now. I don't think he's racing with us. Yeah, I don't see Speedy active at all. Oh, there he is.
I got him in.
Okay. Yeah, it's weird. I don't see... let me add him as an EA friend, just because. Okay, 13. Someone left.
I don't think Professional's racing tonight based off of how his sprint race connection went, but...
Okay. The Heredia gods here. Let me, I just do want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. This honestly is one of the best races that we've had in quite some time when it comes to the attendance and the viewership. It's been one of the best turnouts we've had in a good bit, so.
Yeah, and you know what, I feel like, you know, it's not like TCR really went anywhere in the last few years, and a lot of other leagues as well. It's just the game quality has decreased so much that, I mean, you even look tonight, I mean, we had a full grid, but, you know, there was a lot of disconnection, glitchiness, and, like, we'll see how next game is, but, man, if they could just put a solid, stable multiplayer together, and then we could, you know, because, you know what the problem is?
What?
You know, especially when you're in a league and you want to win and be competitive, you want to practice and be prepared and then show up. But, you know, that takes time to get good and to be at the level where B-Tom is, right? Winning races. But you practice all week, you spend hours getting your setup and everything fine-tuned to get up to speed, and then you get into the race, and then, you know, disconnection, glitch here, it's like, it goes way down, you know, all of your practice just goes down the drain. And I think that, for me, was why I had to step away, because, you know, it's a waste of time at that point. You know, I don't want to put 5, you know, whatever hours in throughout the week, you know, a couple nights practicing, qualifying, practice, race pace, doing this, doing that. Then you get, you know, the day of, you want to perform and you can't even, right? It's like up to chance. And, you know, I think that's why you got to do whatever you got to do, and then you get up to pace, but you don't want to kind of sweat it, right? But if only EA and Codemasters can put a multiplayer lobby together where it's stable. That's really all we're asking for.
Yeah, we're not really asking for much if you look at the previous games, and that's all I mean, yes, do people care about single player? Yeah. Is that important? Sure. But I think the majority of people truly come on here so that they can race against other real people. And for the last couple of games, that just hasn't been a reality, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, really, the last two, 22 wasn't terrible, and 21-20 was actually, that's the glory days of F1. So, yeah, I mean, it is sad, but we will continue to see as always. But I try not to say too much bad about the games, but hey, you can only do so much. We got 21 people in the YouTube. Just want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. We are live on the YouTube and the Twitch. This is TCR. This is our 19th season. Back in 2016. Most of you guys know that, but for any of the new viewers, Discord is in the description down below. Go join it. We are the most active in there. We got a podcast, the F1 series, every Tuesday, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time. It is cross-platform, and we are pretty assist heavy, I guess, this season to allow everyone to attend. Besides, you got to use manual gears.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, we do have some assists on, but you still have to come in here knowing what you're doing. And really, that should be for most leagues. If you want to learn how to race against other people, go into a shitty 5-lapper. Don't do it here.
Radar, I would love to invite you in, but we have to go through our sign-up protocol. We got to get you tested and assigned, and
yeah, we got to get you tested. We want to make sure everyone's safe.
Make sure you're not a blacklisted member or something, Because we've been around the block a few times.
F&D, yes. All right, well, I mean, I guess it's that time again because Formation Lap is off. Well, actually, no, we have an ad because YouTube needs to get every penny they can get. But I'll let you go first while this stupid YouTube ad that goes. Who do you got on your podium, Seafreeze? I mean, man, we got a lot of choices here.
I mean, you keep giving me the first choice, I'm going to pick the first choice. B-Tom for the win. It's got to be B-Tom, right? I mean, there was a good quality, good sprint. I think he'll finish at the front. For P2, let's do Jackson this time for real. I think he'll get it. And for P3, let's do Silent. I think in a full race, Silent will have his pace over the long haul. I think he'll get up to P3. But Jackson, I think, has maybe a little bit more on the edge when you look at the sprint this week as well as Brazil from last week. What up, Chabar, in the YouTube comments? Let's go, FND. We got Raikkonen. He says B-Tom. He says Silent. He says Papa cakes.
Whoa, right. Okay. Oh, whoa, pause the music on that one.
We also got Jabbar for FND. We got FND.
That's a bold pick. Jabbar, I'll give you $100 if FND wins the race. Who you said someone else was going to win? Did you say Joby? Yes, I will give you $100 if Joby.
Hail Mary, Joby for the win.
They're starting at the back, but you never know. Just because you're starting at the back doesn't mean you're not going to win the race.
Hey, every time you start a race, you got a chance, right?
That's right, unless if you're Kluka.
He's racing tonight?
No, he was in the sprint race, but he pulled Vontae Davis. I don't think you'll understand that, but
is that a hockey term?
Football term.
I understand.
He retired at halftime. Walked out of the locker room. Actually, no. He's pulling an Antonio Brown. Do you not get that one?
Not really a football
You really
guy,
don't.
although
Man.
I did know that first guy was a football player. Come on now, it was a joke.
Yeah.
Lighthearted.
Oh yeah, hockey, football, yeah, same thing. Tomato, 100%.
F&D stock just went up. He says he's worth more than $100.
Well, based off of his Freeze Foundation contracts, I think I would say otherwise.
Yeah, he's kind of irrelevant nowadays. I mean, his stock is like, he's a penny stock now.
Well, yeah, I mean, have you looked at his starting place tonight?
I forgot he's on the grid.
Too soon? Yeah, right?
He's in the,
I saw him on the order at the start of the stream. I'm like, wait, F&D? Is that a glitch? Did he get hacked?
Yeah.
Let's see. Raikkonen, yeah, I saw Raikkonen, but he said, I told us to go. We can go.
All right, yeah, let's get going, guys. Come on.
Speedy, Chavar's pit record is 7. And honestly, I think you have the pace tonight to where you probably shouldn't go for that record. Oh, you know what I should send to the Discord? You know that meme where it's that creature like poking its stick, being like, come on, let's go. You know, do something.
Creature poking a stick. Now, are you referencing me? Because earlier in the stream, you did give me the nickname Creature.
No,
which
you know,
is like, I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, because if I was a driver and you call me the Creature, I think that's a good thing. But as a commentator, I don't really want to be like leeching over like a...
No, if you drive like a
like
creature...
That means my mic is too close to my mouth and I'm like breathing too heavy. I feel like, you know... Oh, boy. Are we going to start, or...
I don't know. I'm starting to get fed up with this. This is like... My God, where's the Jeopardy theme music? I got to put that back on.
There's only so many jokes we can do before we get going.
I know. Like, you're just giving it to me at this point. Allowing me to
pause.
fucking... Well, not you. Alex Trebek is giving it to me. Pause again. You know what? I'm sick of that song. Let's do this one.
Are we allowed to use this? Who approved this? Are we
I know a lot of people.
Oh boy. Well, if the YouTube channel is not here tomorrow, you know why. Although we know why we're here.
Get your popcorn, get your drinks, get comfortable, and go, go, go! J&B off the line. Can he stay with B-Tom as they head to turn 1? No, he can't. He gets wheel spin. Jackson Altman into second place as we head down to turn 1, 3 wide. William to the inside. He gets sideways. Looks like they're all making it through alive here. The McLaren sideways for 6th spot. That's Lion at the back. Some guy spins around. And that might be the only person in trouble.
Yeah, similar to the sprint, they're all kind of back in line, and we're going for 29 laps. So we got 17 drivers here tonight. For the feature, a few bailed out due to connections in the lobby, as well as Jose. I'll get you an invite.
Oh man, that was tight there. Silent had a moment with Charles. These two just are stuck like glue. They might as well be married. Oh, speaking of stuck like glue, Jose is inside of GTR Lion. Pause. Here's Charles going on Segrist for 9th. Pause. As they head into turn 11, he's got the inside line. Segrist's going a little bit off the track here to give enough space that allows Silent to get the momentum. They're going to go side by side in turn 12. You don't want to hit the inside curb. It looks like they'll be all right.
Yeah, and look at this up front, a little strategy play because we don't have the formation lap. B-Tom and Jackson both on the soft tires. They're going to be on a similar strategy. They're already over a second over J&B, who is on the medium. So J&B and Jackson at similar pace is on alternate strategies. Jackson might actually be able to take this and stick with the DRS to compete with B-Tom, which he really just has to stay within the DRS. So we'll see how long he can do that for.
Jackson gonna take a peek at B-Tom here for the lead. Might as well try it. And Jackson Altman in his second race goes to the lead here in TCR.
Nice. First leading laps in TCR, I believe, and at least first ones that are outright on track, especially from B-Tom. So a little bit of an early statement here. So Jackson is starting to play here.
Well, I'm afraid the $100 deal is looking dimmer by the second. FND has spun around in the first couple of corners. Deathstroke, some guy, Joby, having a caboose party right now. Oh, Beavis and Butthead going at it. Let's see how this turns out.
Ben gets Segrist, and Ben's on the quicker tire. He's got, and look at this Speedy. I mean, look at this.
Oh, Jose! Oh no, where was that? Just Jose. Where on earth was that? Oh, has he retired from the race? Interesting.
I'm not sure what.
Maybe he either retired intentionally or his connection took him out. That was not an incident on track.
Right. Alright, we're down to 16. Unfortunate night for Jose. A lot of connection issues, and this is what I'm talking about. You know, like, he is a talented driver. He should be up front with Jackson, who takes over the lead once again over VTOM. And it's just the connection issues. Took out, you know, Professional, took out Jose, and now we have a little bit of a side.
Oh, I saw that coming. Speedy's giving it to Ben Swerven.
There it is.
And we have a helicopter shot. Don't mind if I do. Speedy around the outside. Is he going to try to switch back here in turn 8? I think he is, but he doesn't get the acceleration. Ben Swerven keeps it. Not for long, though. He gives him a punt. Oh, and that's a stack-up effect. Take a look at some guy trying to make something happen. Man. Speedy not done just yet. The Jedi strikes back to the inside. Ben Swerven, he just runs him straight off the road. Oh my, I don't think he's going to take that.
Yeah, he's not
from
lifting
Speedy
either.
Gunner.
This is right on
These
the curb.
two are duking it out here.
Yep, tempers are flaring here. It's only lap 3.
Man, we got a Tuesday night fight night here in Bahrain. And at the front, they're fighting, but they're not throwing fists. Jackson Altman, B-Tom, a little leapfrog game. B-Tom back to the front. Jackson Altman keeping up with B-Tom, which nobody could have done last race.
Yeah, and you know, that's what I'm saying. This is good here. Jackson again takes the lead, and this is, you know, they're working together, the DRS, right? And I like this so far. We'll see how long they can do this. Mahmood is up on the back door of J&B, who has a nice little train. You got Resgo, the Heredia God, and GT.
Uh-oh. Well, I think we've lost Seafreeze for a hot second here. We'll get him back in the... Well, we got a battle here. Let's just see how this... Oh my god, yeah, I just... sorry, Seafreeze, this is a little more important. Oh, and Ben Swerven, not good. Speedy and Deathstroke. Ah! Okay. Alright, let's get Seafreeze back in here. Not sure what happened there. A little technical difficulties here. Hopefully that wasn't anything too serious. Hopefully the stream is still working from my end. Yeah, I don't even see Seafreeze online right now. That's... Well, actually, is he still in the... 2 seconds, folks. We're going to make sure we get Seafreeze at least in the lobby, and then we'll continue. Alright. Back to action. JMB. Mahmood, the hometown kid, up to P3. And I did pick him in my podium predictions, by the way. Just want to point that out. I know my record here in TCR is not very good. I'm kind of like Michael Waltrip before he won the Daytona 500, you know? After all these years, I'm finally going to get something right. Oh, in turn 1, I think we've had an issue, but we're going to keep an eye on this for now. J&B, Mahmood going at it. J&B going to try to fight back here on the hometown kid through turn 8. They stack up. Resgoat, P5, Heredia God, P6. Into the hairpin. J&B does not get a good exit. Take a look at Resgoat here. By the way, no, that is not Remsley. This is not Remsley's burner account. Although, he's driving like he is. Ah, Heredia God nearly sent Rezgo off into Afghanistan. And speaking of Afghanistan, I went to Afghanistan a couple seconds ago. I picked up another creature. He got out of the cage, but we got him back, brought him back to Bahrain, and he's here. Welcome back, Peter. What happened there?
Thank you. I don't know, but there's I don't know. I'm not entirely sure.
Something in the water? Something in the Bahrainian water tonight?
Yeah, are we in a desert?
Yeah, I think there might be a couple of lakes here and there, though. Rezgo, oh no! Man, he absolutely sent it in there. That could have been bad. He's in P5. By the way, you missed J and B. Oh no! What happened? Joby is out of the race, and there's a virtual safety car. Where does that happen? Is that on the front stretch? What on earth? Look at that. How on... That is weird, man. How does that happen?
Yeah, not sure, but you know, Bahrain is pretty common for safety cars. I know this is only a VSC.
But we do have our first VSC and our second retiree. Sorry, man. You're not getting your $100 today. Hate to say it.
Yeah.
What is going on down here for P8? These two... I don't know if it's a leaderboard issue, but I've seen these two swapping spots left and right the last lap. It's like they're going through a midlife crisis. They can't decide...
DRS is enabled and we're back going real quick. Not much warning on that one.
Yeah, Charles could have taken a peek there in turn 12 on silent, but there really wasn't any real estate there. At the front though, Jackson Altman, I'm telling you, he's got the race pace right now. He and B-Tom are going to keep playing leapfrog here as we enter lap number 7.
God gets Rezgoed into the turn 1, but they're going to go side by side through turns 2. Oh, Rezgoed had to cut the track, and he's not going to be able to keep the position. He would have had to let it up anyway, and he probably would have gotten a warning as well from that one.
Man, I think Heredia God has wing damage. That left front end plate is looking empty. I think he must have hit someone somewhere. But he's holding his own pretty good right now. If you take a look, I mean, I can't get a camera shot of it. His left front end plate is a little unhealthy looking. Yeah, he's definitely got some sort of damage for sure. Okay, so we found out what happened with Joby, and I really want to get some footage after the race. Joby thought he was going to hit Gunner, so he overreacted.
Oh, wow.
That's... Man.
Well, you said it was embarrassing, Joby. It could be a good short for us. So,
yeah. Yeah, we're going to get some shorts up here pretty soon. Within the next week, we're going to get some more shorts back up, I promise.
And honestly, if anyone knows or wants to help out on the YouTube or social media or really anything for TCR, reach out to either Camden or I or anyone else you feel comfortable reaching out to, and let's see what we can do. But specifically for YouTube Shorts would be real good.
And we do have a podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, podcast. Mahmood finally gets J and B, and Jackson gets
J&B going to do it again, Mahmood. And that's an easy pass. Yeah, so during that intermission, right, we talked a little bit, kind of felt like a mini podcast. If you do want to listen to us talk more than 5 minutes, check out The Racing Debrief on the TCR YouTube channel. We talk Formula One, we talk TCR, we talk all the stuff that you care about. So go get that a listen whenever you're working out, going to the grocery store, sitting on the couch doing drugs. I mean, it could be wherever, really.
Cam, come on now. What do we got?
Well, it could be.
Whoa! We got a safety car. We have Rezgo in the wall and out, and I don't know if you had a good camera angle of it, but I not entirely sure if someone intentionally took someone out or if that was just some really bad lag. But that happened on the straightaway.
Well,
I don't know
yeah.
who he hit contact with.
Yeah, I do want to point out, Heredia God does have a 10-second penalty added to his resume. And keep in mind, he already had some end plate damage, so I'm curious as to what the chatter is going to be like after the race. But here we go in the pits. Jackson Altman to the mediums. B-Tom to the hards. That's really interesting. For the guy who went on the soft tires in the sprint race to not have enough trust in the mediums, that's super interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we do have around 20 or so laps. I mean, before the end of the race. But maybe the hard tire is a little bit better of a race pace for some, and I guess that's what B-Tom's strategy is for tonight. So J and B will be on the same tire. So now we get to see J and B and B-Tom on the same tire for the first time tonight. Equal pace. Jackson, first time he should have the advantage. And look at Mahmoud, who is on those soft tires. So he'll have to pit again, but he's going to maybe hope for some track position.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm a fan of going on the soft tires. If you're banking on another safety car, this could be a good option, but I think for Mahmoud, really, I mean, I know that he started on the soft tire, but you look at Jackson, he's on mediums. You look at B-Tom, he's on hards. I really don't see why you should go on the soft tires. If you're thinking about the rest of the race,
yeah,
that doesn't really make any sense.
Yeah, and honestly, for him too, he had pace for top 5, right? So now, you're lining back up on a safety car. You want to be matched with, the rest of the people to get to the end of the race. And Mahmoud, if he's on a medium or even a hard set tire, he's got pace to battle for the podium. So he's basically tying his hands behind his back and saying, well, I'm pitting at least once more, by the end of the race. And kind of locks his strategy up. But it is very high risk, high reward, because if he gets a good start, he overtakes the top 3, he's leading the race for, you could probably go, 7 laps or so, 8 laps at most, and if you get a timely safety car, you come in again and you can put on mediums, but the thing is, everyone else would have already pitted now, so why do they have to pit again unless it's like a 5-lap shootout? One person goes into the pits, gets soft tires, everybody comes and gets soft tires, and then we could have a shootout at the end. But that's pretty much expecting a lot to happen. Will it happen? Probably, but I'm here for it.
So Shabar wants Iguodala. If we had an Iguodala in this race, who would you want to pick as your underdog at this point in the race right now? Someone that just comes out of the blue and shows up at the last second in the big moment. Someone like, what about like a some guy or a Seagrass? Seagrass is on mediums, so maybe he's on the preferred tire. But really, if there's someone that can come from the back.
No one can come from the back.
No one comes from the back? Alright.
No.
Well, no, that's fair. You got Jackson up there, you got B-Tom up there, but things could get squirrely. With Mahmoud on those soft tires, you never know. He could ruffle some feathers.
Now, I'm not saying, if Karn starts to happen, I'm not saying any of them can't pick up a win, but as far as the way the pace is, pretty much everyone's in their kind of respective orders, give or take, based off what we've seen so far tonight.
So, I did see in the chat that Alex, or aka the Heredia God, took blame for the Resgo incident. So there was definitely, we saw it. I did see Resgo hit the wall, so we did see the tail end of that. It looked like there was contact on the straightaway, but the safety car is over. we're going to go back racing here, and Jackson Altman is going to lead his first TCR restart here. Let's see how he does and what he decides to do. I think he might be going here. He's slowly picking up the pace. Where's he going to go? Well, right there it looks like. We're back underway. He gets a good launch here. JMB is on B-Tom. B-Tom going to go defensive down to the inside. Can he hold the spot? Oh, well, they're all going down to the inside here. Silent on Mahmood to the outside. Let's see how this works.
Didn't really get anything. He's still in fourth. This is where he is from out of the traction zone of the corners. This is where you use the grip of the soft tire, but he's going to have to wait a few more corners, get that momentum, get the temperature into the tire, and see if he can make a move.
On board with Silent from the helmet cam. He is approaching turns 9 and 10. He's looking for something here on Mahmood, and like you said, Mahmood didn't get the best start that you would have thought he would have gotten.
Mahmood, we really got to make the move because we got to get moving on the way. You put these soft tires on, we got to make him use it.
All right, I'm dropping you back off where I picked you up from. Yeah, you're going back on the street.
That's okay.
No food for you. No food for you. No soup for you. By the way, like I said, Mahmood, this could be his first ever podium in TCR. It would be at his home track. I mean, can you paint a better picture than that? Da Vinci couldn't do this.
Well, Da Vinci couldn't race either, but here we go. Silent is having a nice look. Oh, now this is an incident here, and it really wasn't his fault. It was all circumstantial, and I can explain that later, but there's the carnage we're talking about.
That was an absolute disaster, and look at this. Lion has damaged. J&B down to 6th, Silent down to 9th. My God. I mean, things could just change in a heartbeat here. Are we going to go 3 wide? No, we're not. Oh my goodness, more carbon fiber flying here as we head into Sector 2. These guys can't keep their heads on their shoulders as we head into turn 8. This is a big fat mess.
Yeah, it all happened in the braking zone. Mahmood was gaining so much on J&B, and Silent kind of had to do and avoid action, kind of caused a chain reaction into turn 1, and we're still seeing the reaps of benefits of it as of the Heredia God. Did a little switchover move on GT. That's a nice move up there.
We got double wide here for 2 rows. Speedy Gunner going to concede positions here. He's falling down the order down to 12th. Speedy is fading fast. Down into 12th. Lion, Silent also fading pretty fast.
The first penalty of the day goes to Ben swerving. Not the best of races so far for him. Speedy hits that curve.
Lions race up in smoke. Into the pits he goes. Silent staying out. Doesn't seem to be much harm there to his car. P5, look at some guy. Like I said, he could be the Iguodala that shows up, and all of a sudden, look at him up in the 5th place. Look at this. Is he even in the race, though?
There's a little bit of lag going between J&B and some guy, and you don't want to get so close when you got this much lag going on. I wonder what the drivers see from each perspective.
Really, though, what this has done, and I don't think we've really mentioned this since the restart, take a look at the front. Jackson Altman, his 2nd race in TCR, and really, this is reminiscent of a couple seasons ago when Bama, you remember that name, showed up and beat B-Tom head-to-head. Man, B-Tom, this is like his kryptonite. That might be overreacting, but just from his track record, I mean, we expect B-Tom to show up and win.
Yeah, well, I think he's got still a great shot to do it. I mean, Jackson, kind of been looking at the gap here, and it's kind of been around 2.3, 2.4 seconds. And the longer we go in this race, B-Tom will start to gain with the advantage. So he is just biding his time until What? He goes right to the pit wall too.
My God, Silent is hanging it out wide. FND Cake, take a look at this. Can FND return with some points here to TCR?
Definitely think he could.
I think it's good to note that recently, FND Cakes had a cupcake. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, I like cupcakes too. You know, it depends. You know, some people, like, when they get the cupcake, they cut the bottom half of the cake and put the cake on top of icing and make kind of like a cupcake sandwich. And then you just have the regular way of eating a cupcake, which I would assume is you just pull the wrapper off and then you just start eating it.
You know,
which way does everyone eat a cupcake?
When I said F&D Cakes had a cupcake, I said he had a child.
I know that, but I was playing second nature.
Okay. Just want to make sure we're, giving analogies on, actual cupcakes.
Which way do you?
Oh my goodness, Seagrass is trying to kill Silent.
Yes, he does.
Not recently, no.
But you would eat it the normal way, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Man, Silent, he was looking good there early on. He finished 4th last week, and honestly, considering that he really hasn't raced much since August, he's got some pretty good pace. And I know, Silent's always been quick, but really, you look at D-Tom's gotten quicker, Rensley's gotten quicker. New guys like JMB have come back and are doing really well. And Silent, he's still, I know he's not up there right now, but obviously there was an incident that happened. He's got top 5 pace still, even with all these changes and the fact that he hasn't really raced that much recently.
Yeah, although I think if you ask Silent, he was fighting with Mahmood up for a top 5, up for a podium spot, which would have been a great day for him. He just had that issue, right? So I think if you ask him, he knows he's going to be up at the front, but
ooh, good camera shot there.
Like that.
Man, if we get more camera shots like that out of turn 15, man, that would make my life a lot easier. F&D Cakes, man, he's going for some more. He's going on Seagrass here. He's got him. Already a god, trying to not add to his infinite total. He's got Silent right in front of him. Silent's going to fight him back here. I saw Silent last week with Kluka, and man, they went at it. They went hard. I do want to point out, and I think you're going to end up being right, C-Freeze. D-Tom has cut that gap down to 1.2 seconds.
Yeah. And now it's anyone's game because the DRS, once he gets in that second, which he is just about going to do right now, by the next detection zone, it's going to be an even ball game. Although, you can argue B-Tom is on the better tire towards the end of the race. We'll see what each of their tire wears are.
No, Chabar, we don't have enough money to have paternal leave. Seafreeze took all the money when we were doing contract negotiations. That's why I won't be able to retire until I'm 75.
Yeah, that's why we folded and went under. Now we have...
That's why I had to pick you up off of the street, because you were bad with your money and now you're homeless.
Yeah, we couldn't hire any new drivers.
Hey, the one driver we have right now, I'm telling you, he's creeping up here. Oh,
Silent! What happened to Silent? Oh, was it in the... Did he call it quits, or...?
Yeah, he
Wow.
He said deuces. I don't know.
If he picked up more heavier damage from earlier, maybe that was halting his progression, or...
Well, even then, I mean, still try to at least get some points.
Yeah, no, I know, but maybe he had a wheel. I do know he had some internet issues earlier. I'm not entirely sure.
Well, take a look here. Lion is going to race Silent's Ghost. Seagrass is going to race his Ghost as well. You think Seagrass should, like, go over and, like, crash into Silent's parked car?
I don't know, but they did clear it out, so we should be good.
I do want to keep in mind, because we have a battle for the lead. We also have a battle for P3. Charles is closing in on Mahmoud. And Mahmoud, he wasn't going to make it to the end, but I just want to point that out, because Charles is under pressure from JNB. Both of these guys looking for their first podium of the year. But Charles, keep in mind, he wasn't here last week. So Charles could be 1 for 1 with podiums. Man, I think B-Tom is going to wait. I think B-Tom knows how this works. He's been up here plenty of times. I think he knows he's just going to stay in line here. But I do want to watch this battle here. FND, man, he's been gaining a lot of spots here the last few laps. And I'm not just saying that because he hasn't raced in a while, but, like, I mean, you look at the grid right now, FND has gained the most spots out of everyone the last few laps.
Yeah, no, he's putting a good race together, and he's got Speedy ahead of him for eighth. And you remember, if Heredia God is really at fault at that collision from earlier for Resgoat, he could pick up a penalty. So, F&D is looking for a top 7. Mahmoud's got a pit, right? So look at the gap there. Maybe a top 6, 7. But regardless, he's going to get points if he finishes, where he is now. But still, quite a little bit left to go in this race.
P1, I think this is going to change here as we get to the start-finish line to enter lap 19. Jackson Altman can only do so much when he has B-Tom right behind him, maybe on the preferred tire. To the inside he goes, and B-Tom is going to retake the lead. Question is, can he get out of that DRS slipstream and pull away from Jackson Altman? This, though, for really net P3 on track, J&B. Welcome in to the 4th spot. Look at this though, Jackson Altman fought back here in Sector 1 on that front stretch. He is back in P1. Oh man, Speedy hanging it out wide. Here comes FND. Trying to make the move here to the inside. I don't think Speedy's going to let him go too easily. Oh man, he didn't give him much room there. A little bit of contact.
Yeah, a little bit of contact, but not too bad. They both get pissed there with no big damage.
F&D Cakes up to P8, looking for P7, maybe even P6, with a potential penalty coming for Heredia. Mahmoud probably needing to pit unless if he is Superman. I will say though, honestly, I mean, he's losing time to J&B, but it's not like he's been losing a lot of time. Man, B-Tom, he loves... You know what this reminds me of? If you've ever raced on GTA, you know there's a glitch with the red and white curves. I feel like B-Tom thinks that this applies here to F124. Because he just loves riding those curves. He absolutely knows something, because I don't see anyone else doing that. Mahmoud gives up that spot. He goes down to P6. Questionable strategy, I would say, considering everyone else went mediums and hards, and they're good to go to the end. So he was looking good, though. Good speed here at his home track.
Yeah, he pitted, right?
Mahmoud just pitted.
Yep. And what he put on the medium tire.
Yeah.
And he's got... Let's see, realistically, what can he get? Back up to F&D, maybe? Heredia,
oh, absolutely. Absolutely, F&D. Heredia, I mean, it depends on his penalty. We'll have to see. I do want to keep in mind, the battle for P10 is on because Ben Swerven has a 3-second penalty. Deathstroke is within 3 seconds, so Deathstroke could start off here with some points. However, Lion is right behind him, Seagrass behind him, B-Tom is taking the win away here. Jackson Altman, very interesting decision. I am actually curious here as to how this is going to work out. He's on the soft tire, and really, man, this is a huge risk. I don't know, this could work out. He could get back to second, but man, with only a handful of laps to go, he's going to go down into P6 here. Wow. Man, I don't know about that one.
No, I don't think that's really the call. That's not the right strategy call. And if I'm wrong at the end, then I'm wrong at the end. But a 2-stop at Bahrain in these games don't work anymore. In previous games, it did. 1 stop is the way to go, and I think B-Tom knows that, and that's why he put the hards on to the end of the race. And honestly, I think Jackson probably could have stayed out on those mediums and try and fight with B-Tom, but there's no way he's catching all this back up. He could maybe get second, and maybe with the fastest lap, if that's not, you know, if anyone else doesn't come into the pits later on in the race.
I don't understand all these people pitting. F&D just came in, the move did what he did. I'm curious. I mean, I know the rear wheels really burn up here at Bahrain, but is it going to be bad enough to where we're really going to question if guys like B-Tom can make it to the end?
Oh, well, they could definitely make it to the end. I think a lot of people pit early because they start to see the wear, but that doesn't mean you get a puncture. I mean, so can the tire go to the end? Like, could Jackson go to the end on those tires? I believe so. I know I probably could. Without even playing the game, I just know from previous games, but you're not going to get a puncture, but your lap times aren't going to be amazing, because the tire wear, once it gets to like 40, you know, mid to high 30s into the 40%, that's when your lap times really start to go down, but you don't get punctures around that. So, yeah.
But really though, if these two keep fighting for that second spot, this could be a good strategy for Jackson Altman, because keep in mind, yeah, could he get back up to second? Yes, but he could also get the fastest lap. That's the thing too. He could get fastest lap here and get an extra point while still finishing in second place.
Right, and you know, I think that is kind of the hope at this point for him to get back up to, but when you look at the map, and it's gonna be hard for him to get up there.
No, I know. Especially, I mean, he's got to put some really good laps together here in the next couple of laps when the softs are really at their peak, because by lap 7 on these tires, they're going to even out, and they'll be pretty similar pace to the hard tires. So, I mean, really, I know we don't have many laps to go, but I'm just thinking, like, if you want to get up there, you got to really take advantage of these next couple laps, because he's all by himself. There's no reason for him not to gain time right now, especially when these two keep going at it. And speaking of fastest lap, there it is. Jackson Altman, 129.2, so that is an extra point going his way.
Let's get it going. Come on. We got work to do. Let's go, Jackson.
Oh, and it looks like there's some guy doing the wiggles up here in P4, and Jackson Altman could take that spot.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Fruit salad.
Yummy, yummy.
Fruit salad. Make a fruit salad analogy while you're at it.
I don't know why they call it fruit salad to begin. Honest, I mean, there's, like, when I think of salad, I think of lettuce. And if there's no lettuce in a fruit salad, is it really like? Is it really? But then again, lettuce is a vegetable, so when you think of salad, it could be vegetable. But when a fruit salad, it's actually no lettuce there, therefore it's a fruit salad.
You know, yeah, really, I've learned more about fruit salad today than in my previous 23 years of existence.
Yeah.
That's great. Great information there, Lord Creature Seafreeze. You're going back on the street after this, by the way.
Well, when you live in the wild and when you live in the street, you got to rely on, you know, the fruit from the trees and the vegetables from the ground. So I am very well versed in fruit salad and salads.
Yummy, yummy fruit salad. Fruit salad, yummy, yummy fruit. I got nothing else to do.
Did I sign up all year for this?
I think you did. Hey, I do want to point out, you will see Seafreeze back in the car for Great Britain. That has been confirmed, alright? You will, well, according to you, yeah. So you will see Seafreeze back in 14th place come week 6 at Britain. So just be prepared for that.
Oh boy. Well, you know what? I was actually debating if I really should, based off of the connection issues earlier. But we'll see how the next 2 or so races go, and then yeah, of course, I'm thinking about suiting up again. I haven't done a league race on this game, and honestly, I haven't done a 50% race on this game, so I'm not expecting much. But I know if I get prepared and practiced, you know, I'd get up to a decent position for it. And Britain's one of a good track, so. It would make sense. And that's for the TCR Grand Prix as well, right?
I'm telling you, Jackson Altman, man, he's coming hard. He's within 1 second right now. He's going to get Charles here. He just better be ready for this, though.
Final seconds in the game. Jackson down by 10. Let's root them on, guys. Jackson, come on now. Let's get that P2.
I think Jackson is getting ready for a big overtake here on both Charles and JNB. Oh my goodness. Well, he's just going to punt him out of the way and send him to Afghanistan if he keeps doing that. JNB better watch out because he's got Jackson coming hard. And Jackson, though, has to get past Charles here. I don't know if I would do it here in turn 12. This could be a risky overtake. Around the outside, can he do it on the Mercedes?
Wow. And he gives him the room. I know Sir Charles would in that respect, but wow, and then over. Or an over-under.
I mean, when you got soft tires, yeah, Charles, smart move here. He's going to back off. He's going to get the DRS. And he's going to, well, he did not get a good exit there. This could be game over for Sir Charles's podium. Jackson Altman knew what he was doing, I guess, with going on the soft tires. He's going to keep the position he had before the pit stop and get fastest lap, but he slides into the corner a little too hard on the brakes. JMB is still there with him. He has the DRS. This is not over.
Yeah, and this is Charles's chance to maybe pick up a spot on JMB as these two are battling. Podium's still on for this guy.
He squeezes him here. That might be all she wrote for P2 is Jackson Altman. Man, good strategy by him. I mean, he was still within reaching distance of B-Tom, but he probably knew those mediums weren't going to be anything for B-Tom. And, man, B-Tom, 15-second gap. I'm curious what his rear tires are at right now.
Probably on fire.
That's another one. I got to add that. That Girl on Fire song, I got to add that to the commentary playlist. You know, I'm really sad I couldn't use the Spin Me Round song in this race. There wasn't really any good moments for that.
Please hold. We still have a couple laps left.
Yeah, I know. With my commentary cursing history, I mean, they could all spin out for all I know. But hey,
sprung a leak on the track.
A little banana peel has been spotted in turn
Bahrain
1.
in the Middle East is great for oil and gas. So hey,
Absolutely.
you never know where it comes from. There's probably a whole boatload of resources.
It's so good that the
track.
United States, they tried to take it in the early 2000s.
Right. Let's get political tonight. I mean,
no, we have done enough of that today. We don't need any more of that.
Wow.
If you like politics, we do have a politics chat in the TCR Discord.
Yeah.
I do want to put a disclaimer out there. If you are going to join the TCR Discord, please refrain from calling people very mean words, such as
Don't.
yeah, I'm not gonna say it, but just be mindful of what you're saying because there are consequences.
Yeah. Although, it's a very calm and respectful group.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, anytime you talk.
Yeah, it's entertaining for sure.
It's good at the dinner table, especially for those holidays.
Yeah, no. Oh dear. Yep. Everyone's around the dinner for Thanksgiving, and all of a sudden you have the grandma fighting the son, you have the dad fighting the dog, and you got the mom fighting the sister. It's a family affair. Oh my!
Corner cutting.
Oh my! How in the world, Speedy Gunner? Speedy, you gotta finish the race. I know what he's about to do here. You gotta finish the race, man.
Don't be dumb because we're watching it.
Yeah.
Don't get a penalty. Big.
Yeah. While you watch him, I'm gonna watch this battle for P8, which all of a sudden has been cooking. Just like these drivers under the hot moon in Bahrain. I was gonna say hot sun, but it's not daytime right now. But oh, look at this! We could be setting up for a good battle here in the turn 1, side by side. They're racing tough. Lion not giving up on Segrist. F&D is right there on Segrist. Segrist trying to take a peek. Can he do it? Lion goes defensive into turn 3, and Segrist takes it. 4, and he's got it. Meanwhile, at the front, final lap for B-Tom. He's riding those GTA curbs around. B-Tom looking for his 43rd career win in TCR, which extends his record, looking to go 2 for 2 to start season 19 and go for that iconic number 7th championship.
And Sir Charles on J&B into turn 1. This is for the podium. Let's see who is going to come out on top and get that trophy.
J&B, not much battery left. Charles is blinking too. Charles defensive. Can he get this spot on J&B? They touch. J&B on the curb. Charles gets the spot back.
Charles has been really respectful, giving just enough room, but J&B is a really aggressive driver, and a little bit of contact there, but a wiggle out of the corner, and I think that's going to do it for J&B. You still got a DRS zone and a long straightaway.
Oh my man, they are battling everywhere here. Segrist down the 10th. A switchback on FND Cakes here as they head through turn 2 up the curb. Segrist riding the curbs around FND Cakes. Man, how is this going to turn out? Here's Segrist to the outside. They're 3 wide for a split second there. That's crazy. At the front, B-Tom, 43rd career win, 2 for 2 in season 19. He takes home the Bahrain Grand Prix. Whoa! Mahmoud going off to Afghanistan, and he spins out. He's not going to get 6th place. F&D Cakes, Segrist. Oh my gosh, Charles off the track. J&B, welcome back to TCR. First podium since season 15. F&D Cakes, Segrist. Man, how many battles do you want? To the inside, F&D Cakes back in the league. Speaking of returning drivers, F&D Kicks trying to get points. Seeger's trying to get points. On the curse, he gets sideways. Seeger loses it. He's not going to get the spot. He's in 10th place. Looks like he's going to keep the spot over his teammate, but he does not get the spot on F&D Cakes. Returning as a reserve driver, couldn't race last season. Welcome back to the points. F&D Cakes right behind Lion and P9. Good stuff. And there's Beavis. And here comes Butthead. Funny how that works, right? Well, actually, no. Deathstroke, he could be looking for his Iguodala moment here to get P11. He needs a 10th. Can he do it? Oh, he's gaining. He might actually get him here. Did he get him? He got him at the last second. That is awesome. By 30 thousandths of a second. That is why we race. And Speedy Gunner. Man, he's pulling a Speedy Gunner. That's all I'm going to say. Speedy, can you do some donuts? Oh, thanks. There you go. Good stuff. What a race. Good return. You know, I'm really happy. Last week was horrible. This is a great way to truly start off Season 19. Some guy returning to TCR as well, driver of the day. Great race.
Yeah, all in all, you know, it was a great round, and B-Tom flips onto P1 onto the podium. We'll actually hear from hopefully all three of them on the podium this week, as we weren't able to do last week. It would have been interesting to see, you know, what Jackson could have done if he would have stayed out on the medium tires, and I think that's going to be one of my questions, so don't steal it. But all in all, he does get the win. It's going to be Jackson in second with the fastest lap. J&B picking up a podium, like you said, first time since season 15th, and he started, well, he gets 15 points today. You got Sir Charles and some guy returning for fifth. The Heredia God Mahmood in seventh. GT. We got FND and Segrist rounding off the top 10, followed by Deathstroke, just narrowly getting Ben Swerve in there at the end due to the penalty. Speedy, and we have a couple DNFs of Silent, Resgoat, Joby, and Just Jose. We also had from earlier in the sprint was Professional, Kluka, and there was one other driver that didn't make it quite to the end here tonight. I don't remember.
We had Kluka, Professional, and
Jose.
TJ that didn't. Jose, he finished the race. Or not finished the race, he started the race, he just couldn't get to the end.
TJ it was, right, yep.
Yeah, so I think we're going to head on over to the comms don't join a voice channel. Do not join if you're not part of the podium. If you're part of the podium, feel free to join us and talk about.
We could do it on.
Talk about your. Oh, that's right. We got B-Tom.
If they're on
we got Jackson, and we got J&B. Yeah, let's get a good old-fashioned PlayStation party going, man. That's
I just
something.
hope we could hear them with their share settings.
Yeah, no, we'll make sure they hear us. Yeah, let's get a PlayStation party going. Let's see. Do I have everybody? I've got B-Tom. Do I have Jackson Altman? Do I have J&B? Oh, is J&B PC? Yeah, we're gonna have to go on to Discord.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's all right. All right, let's get into showroom, where we will show off the podium cars. And we'll get ready to talk to our podium drivers. Just want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. This really was a huge race. We'll have a lot of views on the YouTube when it's all said and done, and the racing was great, full grid, great stuff.
Can I stay in this chat and hear you?
I would, if I were you, I would come into Discord because I'm just gonna have.
Because
I'm
then
just gonna.
my
I just have my phone on
over.
speaker. Well, what I'll do, I'll mute you on here, and then activate you on Discord.
Okay, we could try that.
Okay. Cool. All right, we got 1, 2, looking for 3. All right. Once Freeze, oh, well, that's not Freeze, that's Jackson. Look at that, we got all 3 podium guys here for the interview. Just waiting on Lord Freeze to join us, and then we will get things underway. Man, it's late. 10:38. Wow, that's gotta be one of the longest races we've had. All right. Well, in the meantime, we'll get things kicked off. We'll go from 3rd up to 1st. Oh, there he is. Perfect. All right. 3rd place, J and B. Man, I didn't think I would see you again here in TCR. It's been a while since you've been here, man. How's it going?
It's going good.
So last week, you were really quick last week, and then you had an incident there late in the race that really derailed your shot at a podium, and then you come back this week with the same pace. You and Charles really went at it for the podium there. It seems like you've gotten quicker since season 15, because I know in season 15 we were down in silver class duking it out. So what have you been doing since there? Have you been racing, practicing? What's been going on?
Yes, I've been practicing again. I've been practicing every day. I've been doing a bunch of races, quali runs, but yeah, I've been putting a lot of practice in. That's probably the most amount of practice I've put in forever.
That's awesome. That's super cool. I mean, with this grid, when you have guys like B Tom, Remsley, yourself, Jackson, in a full grid, it's super competitive because we've gone down to 1 tier since you were here last time. So, how was the race from your point of view? Just like the battles. Do you think it was clean racing? Do you think you had some good battles that were happening?
Yes, sir. Yeah, there was some good battles and it was some clean racing. The battles were amazing. We were racing clean. Everyone did a good job. I mean, well, it's just crazy.
And I am a little curious. You think we're going to see Capitan in a race or 2 here, maybe coming up in the future?
Maybe. There's a shot that my dad will just probably reserve for a race and stuff. Probably just get back into racing. I mean, yeah, but I'm not for sure. He probably will.
That's awesome. That would be super cool. I mean, we've had so many people this season come back. We've had you, we've had Segrist, Ben Swerven. I mean, these are guys who haven't been in TCR for multiple seasons. So you should definitely try to at least convince him to show up for a race or 2.
I will try.
Freeze, you got anything?
Yeah, well, I just want to say for JB, welcome back. It's cool to see you on the grid, and I just want to say, if you really are, putting the practice and preparation in, now, right, after coming back, I think you'll be a lot more of a mature driver, and you'll be even quicker too, because, right, you'll be kind of in that prime age zone. But yeah, just good luck with all of that. And I would say, what's kind of your expectations now? You had 2 races in, given where, like Camden had mentioned, last time you were in here, we had multiple series, multiple classes. What are your expectations now that that we only got the one, and you're racing with all the top guys? What are we thinking?
I'm expected to be very consistent now, because in silver class I was not that consistent, I have a feeling, because there was a streak where I had 5 wins in a row, and there was just DNF, because I didn't put that much practice in silver. I'm just going to say that. But now I've been putting a lot of practice. Now I feel like I'm a more consistent driver, and I'm going to get a lot of top 5s and maybe some more podiums in the future.
Nice. Well, good luck with that. It's nice to see you back, truly. And, yeah, we'll look forward to seeing you race the rest of the season.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah, J&B, great job today. And I have a feeling this won't be the only time that we talk to you in the booth here this season. So good stuff today.
Yeah, thank you.
You got it. Moving on. Last week we didn't get to talk to Jackson. Well, partially because the stream wasn't really up. But this time we get to talk to Jackson in the podium. 3rd last week, 2nd this week. So, if the trend continues, you're looking like you're going to win next week. But no, you had a really you had a strong race today with your pace. You were up there with B-Tom. I'm curious as to why you pit there at the end. In the end, you got the fastest lap, you got the extra point, but do you think that you weren't going to be able to keep up with B-Tom on those medium tires?
No, I just wasn't going to make it to the end on them. I don't really play this game that much. I haven't done a race at Bahrain on this game, so the tire wear was more than I was expecting compared to previous games, and I assumed that the hards wouldn't be able to make it that long. So at the safety car, I went on the mediums, but they were dead by the time he passed me. He broke the DRS immediately. So I was gonna pit that lap anyway, but yeah, my tires wouldn't have been able to hang on to the end.
Interesting. And honestly, I'm with you, because in the sprint race, B-Tom, he took the softs, and the softs went to the end. He won by 8 seconds. So it looked like, okay, these tires aren't as bad as we think they are. But from what I heard before the race, it seemed like the rear tires really burn up around this track. Was that happening with you throughout the race?
Yeah, the left rear especially. And B-Tom, after the race, he showed at the safety car his tires were on 30 something. His were on 37. Mine were at 58. So he was just getting better wear overall than me. In the sprint race, my mediums were dead at the end.
Interesting. Hey, 2nd race in TCR, you led some laps, you led us to a safety car restart. You're up there. And I remember before the season, you were talking the talk, and it looks like you can you can walk the walk as well. So what's the plan here this season? What do we think is going to happen?
Yeah, obviously the goal is to win a championship. They were right about B-Tom. He is very fast, faster than I expected, but I was hanging on to the DRS for a while last week, and that's kind of what these races come down to. Even if somebody's a little faster than you, the DRS can keep you in it, and I don't really make any mistakes. Sometimes I do, but not that often. So if I can just hang in the DRS and be around at the end, anyone can win it.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Seafreeze, did I steal your question?
Probably.
Probably. I was thinking about that after I asked it. I'm like, shit, did I steal your question?
I kind of already said my question, and I kind of already called dibs on, and you just totally jacked it. So
I owe you one next week.
You absolutely do. Anywho, I was just going to say, welcome to TCR Jackson. It's cool to see, you know, a new driver up at the front at TCR. So welcome. Hopefully you've had a good first 2 rounds, but just, I guess, I like to always ask for new drivers. Generally, what is your thoughts of the grid and, you know, I guess your experience in the first 2 rounds so far?
Yeah, there's some quick guys. Everyone's been real clean. Everyone I've been racing. I heard I was in a party with someone who was in the mid pack. I heard that there was some stuff going on back there, but everyone I've raced around has been good. It's been fun.
Good, and then as well, you know, you kind of mentioned you didn't play as much on this game. What other games, sim racing wise, do you play? Are you on a wheel or a controller?
I mean, I play NASCAR Heat 5. That's really the only other game I play, and then or racing game. But I don't play that much. And then what else? Just like college football and Madden.
There you go. And controller on PlayStation.
Yeah, I'm on controller on PlayStation.
I can confirm that he plays NASCAR Heat 5.
Are you, I guess my last one here, just to, because you're kind of new, I like to just get a little sense of, you know, the new drivers, is possibly sim racing something you would want to get into one day to get like a rig and stuff and other sims, or is it just more of like a casual league racer, like, I guess?
Yeah, I'm at college right now, but I have a wheel at home, and I'm trying to get a PC this summer and start racing.
Sweet. Well, hopefully we have a series up for that.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Nice. Cool. Well, congrats again, and welcome aboard.
All right, and with that, we move on to P1, second week in a row. I think this one was easier than last week. I think that's safe to say. But, I mean, you had to fight Jackson pretty hard there the first half of the race, Tom. What was that like, seeing him up there? Because, really, you haven't really fought him yet in this league.
Yeah. I mean, it was, I wouldn't really call it fighting. It was quite similar to what Rims and I did at Brazil. But it was slightly different here because I was trying to manage my tires. Similar to Jackson, in the sprint race, I had like 2% tire wear at the end of the race, so I knew I had to do a bit more tire management. So I kind of took it to the extreme, and I'd basically overtake him into turn 1, then let him re-overtake me into turn 4. And then I would just see what he would do in the corner, and then I would just match his pace while managing the tires a bit more. So towards the lap 6, I could tell he was starting to struggle a lot. So I just dialed it back in further and started saving even more, and just kept it up. So originally I was going to do soft medium, probably go 13 laps on softs and then mediums to the end. So yeah, I felt pretty much in control the whole time. I had basically a full battery everywhere except for turn 1 and 4. So yeah, nowhere near as hard as Brazil, but I'm sure since Jackson's playing more often, he'll get up to speed and make me have to work harder for it. And obviously when Rims decides to race, throughout the season, that'll obviously add another level of difficulty. So, yeah.
And speaking of turn 1, I kind of want to get your perspective on having to go through there 2 times today because we had the sprint race before the feature. You starting out front. I've been in a scenario in this league where I've started out front in basically a sprint race. It was the TCR Grand Prix format, but for silver. It was like a 5-lap, and I got wiped out in turn 1, absolutely bulldozed. This was, I think, season 14. And I'm just curious, I know you know what you're doing, but in the back of your mind, are you thinking okay, I just got to get through turn 1, and pray to God that nothing happens.
Yeah, I mean, it's always something you have to consider. It's part of the reason why I run the virtual rearview mirror. So if it looks like, someone's, going in a bit too hot, you can just let out of the brakes a little bit, go a bit wide so you don't get, completely smashed into you. So, yeah, I always have, when there's a bunch of cars around, one eye on what's going on in front and one eye on what's going on behind me. So, yeah, it's just about doing the best you can to stay out of trouble. But, sometimes it inevitably happens, but from there it's just about, staying calm and trying to recover as best you can.
Yeah, and really, I think you were lucky that you were at the front because the midfield today was just, oh my God, there weren't big incidents, but there was a lot of contact, a lot of hard racing, and really, I mean, it's your life's a lot easier when you're at the front, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Freeze, I'm not going to take any more questions away, because I know I stole your question from before, so have at it.
All right, well, mine's easy. Well, welcome to season 19. I couldn't say it really last week, B-Tom, but good to see you out on the grid. Man, I feel like we've been doing this a long time.
Yeah, I mean, it's been what, 4 years?
4 or 5 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of insane. My question is, are you getting bored of it yet, Pita?
I would say, as long as it's challenging, it'll be, fun for me.
Nice.
I would say so far this season it's been easier than seasons in the past, partly because, some of the heavy hitters are, getting back into the swing of things or just can't race full time like Rims. And I'm just, better at the game than I was, when I won previous championships. So the combination of just getting better and having more experience, it's, yeah, I would say I'm, always super calm. Just because I know pretty much exactly what I need to do in the vast majority of situations. So it's just a matter of doing it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're actually proving it, and I don't know if I've really even been around when you kind of took over with the wins in the championships, but, it's nice to see, new heights being raised in that regard, and every time you go out, you have a chance to kind of extend it and kind of set new bars, and I think that's only, the best I can sing, because, when I think about years ago, when, maybe earlier on, either I or even others were leading categories, I always just say it'd be cool if, my name would be not number one, but, top 5, top 10, because then I know, we've had a lot of great drivers, throughout the years, and I think that's kind of the goal now, and that's why it's important to keep track of all the stats and such, because it's, I guess, an added challenge to go out there and, win and set records. So, good stuff out there as always, and yeah, we'll see how the season unfolds.
Yeah, it should be interesting. Hopefully, some of the guys on PC don't disconnect, as soon as the race starts. Just Jose was getting disconnected a lot. And he's another one who's kind of, been up there in the past, so hopefully with a bit of a more consistent connection and getting back in the swing of things, he'll be up there in time as well. So I'm looking forward to it.
I do want to say this before we get off, and I just want to ask you about this, okay? We had someone that just signed up during the race. His name is Radar, and I think that's an appropriate name because he might need to be on the radar because he said, in his words, B-Tom, he's got your pace.
Good.
Good?
That'd be great. And honestly, that is a great, pre-show for next week, round 3. Hopefully he's on the grid, and we could see what he's all made of, and hopefully Rems shows as well. That'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, the more people, who can fight at the front, the better, so.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, it is almost 11 o'clock on the East Coast. This might be the latest we've gone in a TCR race. There might be, you can correct me, Freezer. I don't know. I mean, I can't remember doing a stream this late, so it's been a long night. But honestly, dude, like, one hell of a return. I don't even count last week because of the stream and everything in the lobby, but what a great race.
Yeah, I mean, this is Bahrain is kind of, it used to be our round number one, so it makes sense. Maybe he should return because, yeah, it was a good race. And like I said, or like what P-Tom said, adding additional drivers, quicker drivers, people getting back into the rhythm. I think over the season it'll start to tighten up. So, yeah, good return, and I'm happy to be back as well in the booth.
Yeah, I'm really glad that I picked the creature up off of the street before the race. Decided to, help out a homeless guy, put him in the booth tonight, and I think the homeless guy is going to get another week in the booth.
I don't know. Well, I mean, the analogy is the analogy, but there's no... It's like whipping it out of your hat. But, and the amount of times you said Afghanistan on stream.
Yeah.
We're racing in Azerbaijan next week, not Afghanistan, for those confused.
Yeah. Yep, we are still in the Middle East next week. We are in Azerbaijan for the first time since season 17. We are going back to another Middle Eastern country. Azerbaijan, I'm telling you, that's one of the better tracks that we have. When it comes to pure entertainment, that track will be good. Especially, I'm telling you, if you guys are listening to the stream, race next week. If you want to help the stream get some viewers and get the entertainment factor up, Baku is a great track for that. And really, I mean, it's a good track for racing too. But Baku, I remember season 14, we had a full grid, and I think 6 people finished the race. So if that's any indication as to what to expect, then buckle up because it's going to be good for next week. But that will do it for tonight. It's been one heck of a stream. I'm Camden, that's Seafreeze, and next week we will see you in Azerbaijan.